Right, so hello viewers, and welcome to Battlefleet 2. I'm your host, PPG, and welcome to a bit of a Let's Try video. And well, today we're checking out a naval turn-based tactics game, just going over it briefly. I mean, this game, I'd say that it works really well for mobile devices, although I'd say it might be a tad simplistic for the PC. Currently I'm playing the PC version of the game, though it is available on, just briefly, Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android, and there's also cross-platform multiplayer for it, which makes it even neater. For the single-player game stuff, you have two campaigns, it being a Pacific Theater game. You can either play as the Americans or the Japanese in, World War II there. And, well, how the campaign works is that you have what is effectively this Risk-esque globe to fight on, where every time you move your units and do stuff, it's kind of neat. You start off these battles, and you actually play the battles to determine how they go. I think we'll just show you guys the campaign, and that should cover most of the stuff. Perhaps later on we'll be able to check out the multiplayer as well. But let's just start that off and let's see how this goes. So yeah, the game will give us a little bit of a cutscene to talk about the history behind the game. And what it effectively just sums up is that it is 1942. America is rebuilding her fleet after Pearl Harbor and all, and the Empire of Japan is continuing to expand. That occurs right up until the point where the Japanese lose 4 of their aircraft carriers in the Battle of Midway, and those things being horrendously expensive pieces of military might, it really did level the playing field inside the Pacific there. So with that said, the game really begins off of this note, and it effectively gives us complete control of the Pacific War effort here, for better or for worse, I guess. And well, going forward from here, I think our ultimate objective will be to either just move and take all of the little regions, provinces, or tiles away from the opposing faction here. And as you can see, I mean, the map is pretty big, especially for a mobile game. It stretches all the way from the West USA over here, all the way to the Japanese mainland. I'd say that there's a good, 20-30 tiles there, somewhere right around there. Anyhow, moving forwards inside the game, there's just a few different things that we can do here, namely, the primary thing that you do inside this game is you build and customize your ships, and you move them around your map. So, starting off, checking out our lineup, from the looks of it, we have 4 ships stationed inside the West USA tile here. The game has a fair bit of strategy to it as well. Some of these areas, such as West USA, namely, looking down on the little province card here, generates us 30 resource points, which we can use to build ships, and they are these stars effectively. It has a shipyard marked with that little anchor symbol, and it also has an airfield. I'm not really sure what the airfield does, but for now, let's get our ships and move on to the front, and I'm going to get the USS Maine, Flint, Abercrombie, and Knox to move to Hawaii. And, well, they can only move one tile per turn, so I think I'll keep them there, and I'll move whatever ships Hawaii has to, I think, Midway. And, well, what I think I'll do is I will try to do an attack onto perhaps like Wake Island or the Gilbert Islands next turn. So we've already done some movements on this turn, and going forwards, let's build some ships and let's check out how these boats function inside the game. I think it's kind of neat. It definitely does add quite a little bit of depth to the game. Namely, what you can do here in Battlefleet 2 is that you can buy a ship's hull, such as here. Evidently, I think, yeah, we had 200 prestige points, so the maximum size I can buy is a destroyer. So here it is. Here's our nice little destroyer boat. And going forwards from there, what we can do here is that we can actually customize the loadout of the ship, and during these tactical battles, the ships will actually take damage in proportions. For example, weapons can be knocked out, the ship's engines and rudder, and just in general, a whole bunch of different things can be damaged, in general dealt with accordingly. And the game features, I'd say, a decent amount of weapon selection. For select ships, there will be, of course, more weapons, and some of them will have less. Currently looking on this destroyer, we can outfit a turret, a standard turret, and a torpedo launcher on the back slots over here on the front. And from the looks of it, we have a medium turret, fires 2 shells and does 30 damage each, I guess. And we also have a standard turret here. I'm actually going to customize this ship so that it has a torpedo launcher and a medium turret on the front. So we have two really powerful weapons on the front of the ship, and on the back we'll have some AA stuff like that, and we can effectively just finish up building a ship there. And from the looks of it, that has made the USS Plunkett there, and that ship should be ready to move inside the next turn. As you can see here, all of the ships in Hawaii right now aren't able to move, so I think we'll just skip forwards a turn and let's see what happens. Right, so the Empire of Japan will then do their actions, and well, from the looks of it, they have decided to attack New Zealand and I think Fiji from the looks of it. So that started off one of these tactical battles, and the game effectively just transitions in and out of either the campaign map or these battles, with a bit of a focus to these battles, of course. So we started off here, all of the US units of course being blue, the Japanese ones being red here, and from the looks of it, they are attacking us with 2 destroyers, and I'm going to see what we can do to stop that. From the looks of it, we have access to 3 pieces of coastal artillery and 2 destroyers, so we have equal ships, but a little bit extra in terms of the battery guns here. And how the system works is that down here in the bottom panel, you see that there's a bit of a lineup for ships, and this will just effectively play from left to right. So for example, on the first turn here, we can get the coastal artillery piece to fire here, and from the looks of it, it has quite a bit of range attached to it. And well, from the looks of it, we actually probably won't be able to hit this guy, the coastal artillery piece here. As you can probably tell, it has a maximum range of 4,000 here, and the game does give us these neat handy-dandy like circular ranges, and from the looks of it, yeah, that destroyer is just outside the range. I'm gonna see whether or not I can perhaps hit it, but no. So I think we'll end the turn like that, get our ships to either do some movements or do some other stuff. And as you can see, I mean, most of the actions inside the game will be based upon this idea of either just, say, picking a heading and then picking out a bit of a range or an amount of power to do or to use. Right, so yeah, there's not too much our ships currently can do. This artillery battery might be able to do something, but other ones seem to be out of range. And as you can see, I mean, the AI is actually putting down quite the barrage on our things. Right, so moving back to our turn, we can once again use one of these gun batteries. And, well, the shooting inside the game is effectively, I'd say, a bit of an artillery game slash battleship type of deal, where, of course, our different weapons have different ranges and all. And how these really function out is that you really just want to use your shots tactically here. And with that said, I see this enemy destroyer here right below that 4,000 radius there. So I think I'll try to use a power value here, or a power thing of right around 3757, I guess, and I'm gonna see whether or not this connects. From the looks of it, that shot went just over the thing, and luckily we have another volley here with another shot, so I'm gonna lower that down to 3656, so just shy of 100, and from the looks of it, we scored a direct hit, namely on the enemy's ammunition reserves there, so that should keep them out of the fight, or at least reduce the fire rate of their guns there. From the looks of it, the other Japanese cruiser there is, or not cruiser, but thing there, destroyer, what am I saying, is also trying to range down our guys in a similar process. And, well, from the looks of it, he unfortunately, or rather fortunately, wasted both of his shots, so that's at least a good thing for us. I'm going to try 27 something there. From the looks of it, I can connect that shot. I'm going to bump that up slightly further. And, ooh, that is just some really heavy barrages on that destroyer. One thing picked off its bridge, the other one picked off its ammunition catch there. So it must be quite a crippled ship by now. Anyhow, what we can do here is that we can actually take a look at some of the detailed things about the ship. Each and every single one of your ships here, they'll have a captain. The captain will level up and do things like that. They'll have their stats and such, like such as well. But namely, of course, they have their own individual subsystems. For example, this one has a bridge, an engine compartment, an ammunition compartment, and a rudder, of course. I don't know what exactly the rudder and the not the rudder, but the bridge and the ammunition catch do exactly, though of course the engine, the rudder affects either how far the ship can move in the terms of the engine, or whether or not it will be able to turn in terms of the rudder there. Anyhow, these destroyers that we have are definitely not in range. So with that said, I'm gonna get them to just sit put, rather move slightly forwards for now. And from the looks of it over here, we can't do anything either. Yeah, at the beginning of these matches, typically you start off at these like ranges where you just can't hit each other. I'm gonna see whether or not we can perhaps range down this ship from over here. And as you can see, I mean, these destroyers will have their own separate loadouts of different weapons. So for example, for the one that we built, I think we had a medium turret on the front, and in a torpedo launcher secondly. This one, from the looks of it, has a standard turret on the front, and on the back, of course, it has a different weapon loadout as well there. Currently, yeah, that thing is unfortunately just not going to be able to do too much for us. So I think we'll just get it to do something else there. And the process really just goes forwards from here. Eventually, of course, you do get a great or good feel to the different weapons, and this picks up the pace. It is just not that ship's day. We got right around, I think, 3 for 4, and all of our shots managed to critical something. That one went over by a bit, and from the looks of it, we used the same power amount. And I mean, yeah, there's a bit of a randomness towards it as well. So, let's see what else we can do here with our coastal artillery. That looks to me like somewhere right around 260 some. I think that was where we were last time. Looks like the splash damage hit that ship slightly, so I think I'll bump that up to maybe, yeah, something right around there, 2713. And there we go, we've sunk the first ship inside our campaign here, so that's that. And this will of course bring into the next turn. I'm gonna try something risky here. Hopefully I don't hit the islands. Ooh, just barely. Because you can't shoot through the land portions of the map here inside the game. And with that said, what I want to do here is that I'd like to get my destroyers hopefully in range to that Japanese boat right there. Because of course these are coastal artillery pieces can't fire at them from their current positions. Yeah, they have a very outward-facing angle there. Yeah, unfortunately, one of the things that the AI seems to enjoy doing is that it seems to take quite a lot of shots. It tries to take shots through the little bits of hills and mountains and whatnot inside the terrain. So you get on some of the maps you get these situations where they indeed do try to do odd things like that. Ooh. What has happened here? I don't think I've noticed that before. From the looks of it, our ship ran itself into like the less deep or depth portion of the area around the island. From the looks of it, it caused some damage onto itself. I didn't notice that before, but that is definitely intriguing there as well. Now, this might be a bit of a lengthy portion here. I want to get one of my destroyers over there to take out that enemy ship. And currently I just have to jostle between my different ships here. Hopefully this one can still move, because I believe the ships do actually have a chance of getting stuck inside the ground there. Sir. Let's see, there we go. So now we should be in the clear with this ship. I'm gonna get it to go full sails ahead here. And hopefully we'll be able to get right around the island to drop some shots onto that other one there soon enough. Let's do a bit of a steeper turn here. There we go. That should prep us up for next turn. Sir. Aye, sir. And let's see what else we can do. Yes, sir. What are your orders? What are your orders? Yeah, it'd be kind of nice if they had some sort of option to perhaps make these bits right here where there's not a lot of action a tad more fast-flowing. But generally speaking, with the battles, the islands don't play a major role there. From the looks of it, we'll be in the clear as soon as this ship makes its turn, and there we go. And from the looks of it, we might be in range this turn right here. Let's see. Yeah, they're probably gonna land, quite a close barrage.
Sir.
And from the looks of it, that ship over there, the remaining
orders?
Japanese ship, is we're seemingly using large turrets, because going off of the dual burst, if you will, the 2 shots it fires, it's definitely using one of these bigger guns there. Right, so let's see what else we can do here. That ship is just slightly out of our range.
Yes, sir.
And we don't need these coastal artillery pieces, of course. Let's close up onto this enemy ship, and let's see what else we can do here. Get out a little standard cannon. From the looks of it, that is right within our range. And I'd say that that is somewhere right around range 2000 here. So now that we're back inside the game, let's fire off a few shots. Let's see whether or not we can connect to this. Damn, just outside of 2000. If it was inside 2000, we could actually, we could also use the Torpedo Launcher, which is this massively damaging weapon as well. There we go, that shot connects. And yeah, that'll be the end of that turn. Again, it should be, would be nice if there was a way to skip perhaps through those coastal artillery areas here a bit better. But in the meantime, let's close up again with the USS McCord. Get the main gun out. This one is the medium turret here. That's 30 damage, I believe, on each of the 2 shells it fires. It's a very damaging weapon, but the thing is that you typically want to fire it as a second weapon, because of course if you miss with 2 shots there. But unfortunately, we just don't have the weapon to do that. And I want to say that is somewhere right around the 3000 mark. We'll try that. Hopefully it connects. And nope, just barely. Well, I think we'll have to remember that for next turn. And once it switches, we'll hope that he doesn't move. And hopefully rain down a solid barrage upon him. Oh, that's right. There will be a few of these miscellaneous items drifting inside the ocean. I believe they give you some sort of bonus on the campaign map of some sorts. I haven't picked up any of them just yet, so unfortunately I don't know what exactly those do. Let's try 1400 on that one. Ooh, yikes, that one went way over. But the good thing is that now we're in torpedo range, and as you can see here, I mean, the standard turrets, they do right around 15 damage per hit. Took out the bridge on that one, and with these torpedoes, they do a massive volley of 50 damage, and I believe all you had to do is just connect with the torpedo. They have a bit of a lower fire arc, but as soon as the torpedo hits the mark, it does a ton of damage. Hopefully this connects. From the looks of it, hit the back side of the ship, so only did 22, but nonetheless, it's still pretty devastating there. Let's see what they're gonna do. They're gonna fire off a barrage. It's on easy difficulty, folks, so we're gonna expect a few misses from them, and luckily the torpedo missed as well. Right, so switching back to our turn, I think the range we gauged in last time was right around 3000, so I think we'll try 2900 this time. Somewhere right around there. Oh, didn't mean to end the turn there. That was my bad. In that case, here's what we'll do. We'll switch back to this ship and line that up again. Let's see, I think last time we had something right around there, perhaps? Nope, that still goes way overboard. Let's reduce that to right around, 1200. There we go, now that's doing some damage. Namely, that took out that damaged the main turret on their ship as well. And as you can see, I mean, oh, and that destroyed it. I mean, as you can see, the subsystems portion of the game is pretty critical. I mean, once you lose those bigger guns, that ship can only fire off those torpedoes. And, I mean, evidently, he is not having much luck inside that. It's pretty strategic, rather pretty tactical in that regards, in the sense that once you get into some of the higher stake games, once you bring out the carriers, the battleships, and all the big ships like that, you do have to balance out where you want to hit on the enemy ships as well there. And boom, there we go. We got quite a nice salvo that time with the medium turret there. And I think it'll be time to finish off this ship with hopefully a well-placed torpedo. Let's see how this connects. There we go, and that sunks the IJN ship right there. And from the looks of it, our ships took a tiny amount of damage, but overall they lived. And from the looks of it, we gained 40 prestige points from that as well. So that'll start up turn 2 on the campaign map here. Looks like now we have, yeah, 170 prestige points, so I guess we could buy a minor ship. But I think we'll take a bit of a break here, and when we come back, we'll be playing the Battle of Midway versus, I guess, the sole ship and whatever stuff that they have defending Wake Island. So I hope to see you guys there, and well, be sure to like and subscribe, of course, for more gameplay videos here and there of various different strategy games. Bye bye for now.